Hi all, right back with more Fields of Fire. The Normandy campaign, mission 3. I've not got my page open to read it. What is it again? St George de Parc defensive. It's my part 14. We were fairly zipping through our third combat patrol with the third platoon. Got to turn 4 and just stumbled a little bit into a package that I wasn't sure how to deal with. Mortar illumination plus squad. What was that again? Yeah. Illumination. Sorry, it's illumination plus patrol package 17. Mortar illumination plus squad plus exposed marker. Yeah, so hang on, I'll leave that there just now. So it's still the same night. I have got back, although I was here 15 minutes ago and I got a reply from Andrew because I did post a question on this. Kind of double barrel question. Well, let's get the second part out of the way. I asked about these cards. When they extended the map, expanded the map, whatever it is, within mission 3, if they hang around in mission 4, and yes, they do. Yeah, same location, same map, so they're going to hang about with the same cover markers on them if they've got them, but not that we can stretch out to these cards, but enemies could still appear on them come mission 4. So that bit's fine. Okay. However, the other bit I'm not really quite grasping. I thought I was getting it, and then I replied, and then the answer I got back from seemed to suggest that I did have it, but it's just the way he's worded the follow up. So I've had to follow up a question. So basically, I'm asking about this package. Sorry, we might as well go through this now that we've got into it. There we right. Okay. Package 17, so illumination plus patrol. Place VOF PDF, no. Unit spotted, yes. I'm not sure if that's got any relevance or not, because he talks about the previous package, well, he calls it a heavy machine gun, but I think he's meaning a light machine gun here, this package here, because this does place a VOF PDF. So I don't know if there's some difference. I think this may be the difference that he's talking about. I'm not quite grasping it, like I say. So we'll carry on. So at max line of sight would be the placement. So it's a mortar illumination plus a squad. And yes, this is confirmed that this is wrong. This goes on the card. This goes on the triggering card, which is kind of what we thought, although there was some swaying towards another option. But so that goes on the card, and then the squad with the exposed marker goes on wherever it's placed. So I was happy with that, and then I thought, right, okay, so it does seem that this could go further than just an adjacent card, but not according to Andrew's reply. So his reply was, mortar illumination lights up the triggering card. Okay, good. And a squad is placed at max line of sight adjacent, and he's got in brackets here, adjacent, assuming no other illumination is going on. And that's what's throwing me. Because, probably the position I'm looking at, it's going to be adjacent anyway, but I want to understand the rule here and what's happening. Because my thinking would be that, well, let's move across the map. This is the triggering card, so the illumination is going to go here, like we thought. We've got it there, and there's a squad with exposed marker waiting to go on. But let's just for a moment, or the thing is, hills could be involved here as well, but let's just for a moment keep it simple, and let's just say this is an open field, right? So it's got white borders all around it, and let's just say we draw the package that says front at max line of sight. Then this card's lit up. So this would suggest to me that it could be placed out here, and if we drew another open field, in actual fact, it could be placed. I followed my question up, but long range, it can actually be a very long range, can it? Because this doesn't have to be firing on this, because it doesn't place a VOF PDF. So, but because he came back with that adjacent, assuming no other illumination is going on, I started thinking that sounds like that not only does it have to have line of sight on us, because if it's up here, right, if it's in this card here, and remember, let's just say this is an open field, right, white borders all around, and it sits up here on a card, it can see us because we're illuminated, right, but we cannot see it because it's not illuminated. So that was suggesting to me, the way he's worded that we need to have line of sight on it as well as it have line of sight on us. And I wouldn't have thought of that, and that was my reply. I said, says that this seems to suggest that I need to be able to have line of sight on the squad also, which is something I don't think I'd thought about. Do I have that right? And he answers that the first bit of the answer is yes. It's an odd package. So it seems to me that should be it, cut and dry. But it's just what he comes up with afterwards that I still feel like I need to be absolutely sure. So, I mean, if that's the case, if we need to be able to see it as well as it sees us, then yes, it can only go adjacent unless there's illumination going on further afield, like he said. So, but that is just not something I would have thought about. So, and he follows it up with, he says, yes, it's an odd package. Mortar illumination plus heavy machine gun. And like I say, well, the one in the German force packages in Normandy is light machine gun. Makes more sense. Triggering card is lit up. Machine gun at long range opens fire on it. Because yes, this would place a PDF VOF. But I'm not grasping that, because what he's saying there is, if we drew this package, right, hang on, I'll come down here. I mean, he's saying the heavy machine gun, but I think he's meaning this package. It could be another package on one of the other campaigns, maybe, but illumination plus light machine gun nest, place VOF PDF, yes. So that's the difference between the two, like I said. Is it spotted? Yes, it's spotted. Max line of sight. Mortar illumination plus light machine gun team. So it's the same. It's the same as that with the squad. There's no the difference is there, and I'm not understanding why that makes a difference, I'm afraid. But don't get me wrong, I want to understand it, and that's fine if I'm getting it wrong. So what that would suggest, that if we did draw that package, and again, let's just say this is an open field, and we draw front max line of sight, then that light machine gun could go there, firing upon us, but we can't see it. So why is that different? That's what's, I'm not, obviously I'm missing something here, am I not? Because if the squad's up there, it's not setting up a VOF PDF. It's not setting up one of them. Fair enough. But it can see us from there because this is illuminated, but we can't see it. And then the light machine gun team, if it was it there, it's the same thing. We can't see it, it can see us. I mean, it's not that the spotted side of it, they both say that they're spotted. So the fact that it's firing on us allows it to go at max line of sight, whereas the squad's not allowed. And he follows this up with, and this is what confused me. Hang on. I'm just trying to avoid the glare there. So yes, it's an odd package. More illumination, the heavy machine gun makes more sense. Triggering card is lit up. Yeah, well, that's just the same as what we're at now. Machine gun at long range opens fire on it. Well, that wouldn't happen with the squad. But I'm not following here, obviously. But the exposed squad is a place PDF no unit, right? Well, that's correct. But how does that matter? because there's not a PDF placed. I'm guessing this is where it matters, but I'm not. It's not sinking in with me. And then this last bit, so line of sight from the triggering card, which is adjacent. I'm just not getting this. Meaning, I'm sure he knows exactly what he's talking about, and I'm not saying he's talking wrong here. I'm not getting this. And I assume it's something simple. And then the last bit, I was going to ask about what he means by that. I mean, well, I know the illumination's going away before the squad has a chance to open fire. Yeah, I get that, but why is that relevant there? I mean, it's maybe not relevant. He's just added that at the end. Fair enough. And then I've came back. Well, hang on, I've not refreshed what's been said. He answered that last part quite quick, so there is a chance he's still hanging around. Yeah, so I've said, here we are. I need to zoom out a little bit. So I've said, if the triggering unit has to have a line of sight in the squad, then all is good. If not, however, I'm a little confused by this. And then I quote what he just said, can't the squad be placed at long range and still see the illuminated triggering card? Right, he has replied. What we got? It's a place PDF no unit. You've spotted it, not the other way around. If it had spotted you, you would be under fire. So I need to see it. Edit. Actually, current version of the rules is in need of more words there. Max line of sight for a spotter is not the same as max line of sight for a spotted enemy unit. Matters when it's dark. Okay, but okay. This makes sense though, because I was even saying that when these packages come up that don't place a PDF, it's been getting drummed into my head that means that we've seen it before it's seen us. So, like he says, you've spotted that, not the other way around. If it had spotted you, you would be under fire. So I think what he's saying is there, because we've spotted that, we need to be able to be in line of sight of it. That's the bottom line, right? Fair enough. Yeah, I'm not sure. Current version of the rules is in need of more words there. Yeah. There's something. I mean, I'm not really up to date with how things have been going and whatever, but yeah, if that's all, there probably should be some more information there about that, I think. Current version of the rules need more words here. Max line of sight for a spotter is not the same as max line of sight for a spotted enemy unit. Matters when it's dark. Yeah, I'm not quite. It sounds like you know what you're talking about there, Andrew, and I'm not quite there, but I think that's where my confusion is. But this makes sense. Yeah, I've spotted that, so I need to be able to have line of sight on it. Fair enough. Okay, we're going with this. That's good. Whether he's going to adjust anything within the rules to make that clear or not, but that does. When I read that, the penny dropped. I've spotted it, not the other way around. So if I've spotted it, I need to be able to have line of sight on it, surely. If I can't have line of sight on it, I wouldn't have spotted it. But then, where does it tell you that? Yeah, this is maybe something that is missing. Where does it explain that to you? I don't know. Again, the fact I'm not getting these mission books as well, there could be information that I'm not getting. And this was the downside to starting this before everything got brought out. But the plus side is maybe it sounds like there's maybe some more words there. Whether that can still be adjusted before it gets the final print, then that can only be a good thing, I suppose. Right, let's go on with this then, because that's we were kind of on a roll there, and then that stopped us. So this is going on the card. Now, remember, this illuminates all adjacent cards as well. Not sure that's real. Well, actually, no, because that's going away before. That's going away before the squad gets to fire anyway. And he's said that, and I'm pretty sure it's worded that way, isn't it? You've got to take that in the order that it is. Where's my sequence of play? I think it's got buried in the rulebook somewhere. Yeah, it has. Because it says, heating up here again. Yeah, the cleanup phase. So I think, well, actually, yeah, you have to do them in this order. And on saying that, it doesn't. It just says in the cleanup phase. Sorry, that's glary. That's from above, I think. So you would remove pyrotechnics, then smoke, then illumination. So that illumination would come off, and then the cards are not lit up anymore. And then that happens before. I've got to say that this is when it's the very last step, is when the units that come on without placing a PDF VOF. I've got to say it must be that very last step that's when they then open fire. So that's going to be after the illumination. And Andrew does confirm that. He says that illumination goes away before the squad has a chance to open fire. So although I'm not sure it just says it happens in the cleanup phase that they open up, but you've got to assume it's that very last step, because that is where you adjust VOFs, PDFs, activity levels, and etc. Or even if it was, well, that's about enemies firing at cards without. Well, he's not firing at the time, is he? Okay. Right, so it's not going to have an effect, because I started thinking that could have had an effect if you think about it. If the squad was placed here and then it got to start firing while this illumination was still up here, lighting up this card, and it would maybe start firing on that card. Well, actually, Grant, no, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. That's an adjacent card. That could happen. Yikes. Okay. Well, we'll have to do something about that, right? Fair enough. We've got more with us. So, right. Well, let's get this done then. So the illumination goes on the triggering card. I'm going to take that away now. That's a potential contact that we're resolving, and right. Hang on a second. Right, so that goes on there, and then the squad exposed is going to go. Well, we need a placement for it now. It's max line of sight, but like Andrew's now confirmed, we've seen that. So although he maybe didn't put these words right in my mouth, we've seen that. So we need to have line of sight in it. Kind of makes common sense, Grant. But yeah, you keep talking about common sense, so, and you've not got much of that, so. But yeah, if we've seen it, if we spotted it, we clearly have line of sight on it. So that's why he's saying that, I think. Is it as clear in the rules or not? I don't know. But when you put it that way, when you tell me that I've seen that guy first, then clearly I've got to have line of sight on it at that time. My line of sight could maybe go away at some point, but at this moment, we've seen that, so we've spotted it. Right, anyway, unit placement, mission 3. There we go. So we're going to draw on a 10. It's a 3, which might be alright. It's 1 and 2 that are the per package placement, aren't they? So yeah, so it's front and max line of sight. Okay. I mean, fortunately in this situation, I don't think I could stretch. Well, I would be drawing for hills if it was the case. You know, that was the only thing that I would be doing, because none of these cards you can see through. As I've found out, I maybe would have thought I could see through this one because it's all white at that side, but I've got to remember now that I was getting that wrong. Right, so front max line of sight, so it's going to be here, isn't it? So he's going in here, exposed. Yeah, the worry is he is going to open fire on that come the time. However, we're opening fire on him, aren't we? So yeah, so he's a patrol. Yeah, this is just an assault team, isn't it? What's the point in the illumination then? In this case, I see the point with the light machine gun, but I'm not sure. I see the point in the illumination here. Because, like you say, Andrew, this is going to go away before he reacts. Yeah, I don't know. We'll leave that one sitting there. Maybe there's an answer. However, we do open fire on that guy. We see him. He does not open fire on us because he's not allowed to do that until the clean-up phase, because we've seen him first. So yeah, we might be able to do some damage to him. Where are we again? This potential contact. Yeah, and he is spotted. So that comes off. He is spotted. So I don't need to put that on there. And we're hitting him with the automatic weapons. Oh no, 50 cal. Yeah, you're getting heavy weapons at you. You're getting heavy weapons. And remember, at the moment, he won't be firing back. We'll get to have a shot at him first. And this was, I think, one of those, one of the things John Brown brought up is when this open fire, and this was one of the confusions back in 2nd edition. So much better now that it doesn't happen to the clean-up phase, that this guy gets to react. It makes sense. When it makes sense. I mean, in actual fact, I didn't know. It's only since I started playing this with these rules that I realised that, okay, we've seen this guy before he's seen us. And okay, you might say, well, why did you not think about that when you're trying to get line of sight on him, Grant? But you might have a case for that. But it just kind of, it feels better that when you get to fire at him, okay, at the end of the turn, he'll then react and start firing at somebody. Probably back at that. Well, yeah, we'll be back at that. Okay, so that was potential contact evaluation, right? Current activity, still contact actually, yeah. Until he starts firing back, but you never know, we might be able to do something to him. I mean, he has a 3-step squad. Actually, he's something I might go and look up is ammunition. But I looked at ammunition rules. Something I read somewhere about when something happens, they just take the whole amount of ammunition. I want to say this is maybe some of the later on campaigns, maybe the Vietnam stuff, or is it maybe to do with grenades or something? No, because I think I've been looking at the ammunition and even Andrew said that you split the ammunition when it breaks up. You split it between. I mean, it starts with 6. So actually, what was he? That's what I look at. So 2-1 platoon, and he's got 6 ammunition. So I'm going to track him. I've got so 2-1 platoon, and remember he's veteran Grant, and he's got 6 ammo, isn't he? Pretty sure that was right. 6 squad and light machine guns are 6 ammo. Yeah. Okay. But we're going to get to have a shot at him first, like we said. Right, pinned recovery. There is none of that. Oh yeah, he's exposed as well. And he's on not a bad defensive card. We get a +2 to that. Actually, is he? Oh no, he's not. He's getting +1, look, because we're firing across the white border. Oh, that's good as well. Right, I think we're moving into that now. Right, so combat effects. There is only that. Well, I suppose the relevance to this would be these numbers. But the fact that he's not... well, hold on, Grant. Who's to say there's not other enemies about firing on this card or firing on this card? Or this card or this card or that. You know, any of these adjacent cards. So, yeah. So there is something there. Okay. Well, there's not. The only fire is us firing on him. So he's getting the plus... he's only getting a +1 for the actual card because the hedge or bocage, because there's not a hedge or bocage area through this corner, and that's where we're firing from. I did confirm that was an assault team. Yeah. Yeah. So he gets a +1 for that, and he's getting -2 for being exposed and -3 for the heavy weapons. So that's a -4. That's the maximum, isn't it? -5 +1. Yeah, -4. So let's do it. Oh no, come on. Really? That's a good card for him. Just a pin. I mean, it's still good, but he's going to lose it. He's exposed before he, you know, we really wanted to break him up there, didn't we? Yeah, well. So he was hit and pinned, well, just pinned. And that's that. That's only combat effect, so update ammo. Right, so we fired the 50 caliber machine gun and the light machine gun here. Yeah. So 50 cal has 6, so he's down to 5, and that's first weapons is down to 3. Now he did not fire. He's about to open fire, so he's not spent any ammunition. Update ammo, remove. Right, we're into clean up. So exposed markers come off, and well, and that I think you would need to go through the order, but it's not quite relevant. But this then goes away, so that means that these cards are all now not lit up. Oh, wait a minute. Stop, Grant. Oh, it wouldn't have mattered. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we're forgetting about the moon here. So let's drop back a little. That's a big difference. That might have been a mess. So hang on. He was exposed. I'm just looking at this. This -1 is going to apply to this card too, isn't it? Which is the initial thing I thought about, but I did completely forget about the moon. So we've got +1 for the defense of the card, +4 for the moon, that's +5, -5 for the exposed and the heavy weapons, and I think another -1 to that. So +5 -5, 0, and then so it's a -1. Oh, it's just going to be the same result. There's a pin, but that was only a -1, I think. Let's just double check that again. Yeah, because the 50 cal machine gun, it doesn't ignore the visibility modifier. So +1, +5, -6, and I'm basing that on getting the extra -1 from that, which I think is what happens. I already looked this up, and it gives -2 to the card and -1 to all adjacent cards to the visibility modifier. Yeah, I think that was right. Okay, well, it was eventually right, hopefully. And then now we are taking this off and exposed. Yeah, he's going to be sitting far better now though, isn't he? Because I did forget about the moon again. Well, hopefully we're going to throw some mortar fire on him then next turn, and put a stop to all that moon +4 nonsense. Okay, so remove all things, yeah. Adjust VOFs, PDFs. We're still firing with heavy weapon. Well, no, this is when he now fires at us as well. However, the state he's in is just all pinned. And he does fire at this card. He's got a choice of 2, admittedly. But remember, it's most steps. So he's clearly going to fire at that card. With +2 all pinned. Okay. Right, moving on to turn 5. Yeah. Right, let's just bash on a little bit. I'm only going to get another 20 minutes or so in here, but hopefully if it goes smooth it can become another part at least. So, yeah, friendly HQ event. Yeah, we got one again. Okay. Well, can I not just, rather than, let's just draw a card and we'll, rather than move cameras about. What we got out of 10? We've got a 6. Yeah, 6. So it's 6. It's not on that side, Grant. It's on that side. Trouble in the fact no forward movement allowed this turn. Yeah, we've had that one a lot. Right, that's not going to matter then. Well, it could matter if we wanted to move up to this card, I suppose. I'm pretty sure that would be classed as forward movement because we've not got anything up in that row. Yeah, I would clearly see that as forward movement, so we can't do that. Fair enough. So moving on, like the HQ's probably maxed out with his commands, yeah. So we're just going to go through the motions. We'll draw a card for the HQ and we'll save the 6 commands. Now, hang on here. Second platoon this time. No, he still can't get involved at all, can he? No. Interestingly, though, I think if we had the mortar with this guy, and we lit this card up, then we would be able to indirectly, maybe. Then hang on. Then again, the platoon HQ would have to be able to see it, wouldn't he? And he can't, so he would have to spot it. However, I seem to recall something. Other platoon HQs could spot it. So if this platoon HQ was here, well, in fact, he has actually got it. Maybe. Well, we don't have that, but it was just something that came across my mind there. Okay, so second platoon's not going to do anything, so we'll just draw for him first on the small number, and he's just going to save whatever it is. Right, third platoon, he's undercover, he's veteran. I'm having to check again. It's been I was away for quite a bit there. Yeah, veteran, so +1 for that, +1 for being undercover. Oh, and just, well, let's see, we are at engaged now. Because we've got 2 cards with VOFs, occupied cards with VOFs. Right, so +1 for veteran, +1 for undercover on the small number though. Yuck. So 1 + 2 though, it gives us 3. To be honest, we were sitting with our 6 saved anyway. So 1, 2, 3. So we're up to 9 again. Yeah, a big difference when you can save 6 actually, isn't it? When you're veteran. That's kind of huge. We struggled a bit with the first platoon last time, didn't we? So, well, plans were... I don't know what plans were. Yeah, it was this assault team that brought this guy into play, wasn't it? I think we've got to use our mortar, attack it, get a better modifier in there to avoid the +4 moon, and maybe even some concentrated fire. But initially, yeah, and stop it firing out from the card as well. We don't want that, even if it is +2. We don't want that. So, going to use 1 command to order the mortar to fire. So that's 1. Where are we here? Battalion mortar platoon. Yeah, so the modifier is only -3 for that, isn't it? Yeah. It's still a 3-card draw. We only have 3 fire missions of that, though. Yeah, okay. So we're going to do that. So an attempt to call for fire. 3-card draw. The mortar is line because he's an attachment. I've spent my command. Yeah. So 3 cards looking for a burst icon. Here we go. No. No. Yes, okay. Oof. Yeah, we didn't want that one to fail, for sure. Okay, so we get incoming. No, sorry, pending fire. It's not incoming yet. So a pending fire mission there, or mortar fire with -3. But remember that gets to ignore the moon. And yeah, I mean, I have to say that crossfires and concentrate fires ignore the moon as well, because they're not VOFs. They're actually VOF modifiers, aren't they? So I've only spent 1 command. Yeah, I think the fact we're only on turn 5, we've got plenty of time for this assault team to make its way down to this last. You know, I think it can do it by itself or whatever. Well, we do want to hook it back up with that 3-3 platoon. I think we'll have points that won't matter as well anyway, Grant. You know, putting a veteran step back into that, it's not going to be an issue, I don't think. So yeah, I'm gonna concentrate fire then on the squad with we've got 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 3, and 3, 3. So yeah, the first squad's line, so it's the other 2 that I want to use. So I want to use 2, 3. I forgot, we could have used the bazooka, couldn't we? Well, we've got the mortar fire in now, that's fine. So I'm going to use 2, 3 to attempt to concentrate fire because he's a veteran. He's got a rifle grenade as well, we could have done that. Right, anyway. So he's veteran, he's going to have a 3-card draw on concentrate fire. That's going to be 1 more command, so that's 2 we've spent. And we're going to draw 3 cards because it's 2 plus 1 for veteran. Looking for crosshairs. No. Yes. No. Right, so that's a success. So concentrate fire. Where are we? There we go. And do we try 1 more? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so I'll try the 3-3 platoon as well, who's veteran. That's going to cost me 1 more command. That's me spent 3 and I'm down to 6. And we're going to get another 3-card draw to concentrate fire. Yes. Yes. Right, so that's a critical hit, which means he's not under cover. So if he was under cover, we would ignore the cover. If he's not under cover, we get an extra concentrate fire. So he's going to end up with 3 now. 1, 2, and I'll need to go and find another. Oh, there's 1 there. Yeah, so he got the extra 1 because he's not under cover. So he's got 3 concentrate fires on him. And I think that's us fine. We'll save our other 6 commands. First Sergeant can't gain any. So yeah, we're going to go to General Initiative. I suppose if we got it, we'd probably move that down, because the fact we're sitting at engaged. Yeah, you know what? You maybe should have moved the platoon HQ and moved that guy down. Will we do that? Hang on, let me maybe rewind here. Because if we get a 0 for this... Well, to be honest, all you need is a 1, because you can move under that cover marker. It's just a good time to do it. While right now we're engaged. Ah, no. Let's keep the platoon together just now. Let's just leave it. Hopefully we'll draw a 2 here for the small number. Right, here we go. General initiative. Reshuffle. But I will draw before we do. Yes. So it gets half, 1.5, rounded down to 1. And that 1... Oh, I'm throwing my tweezers away. Right, I'm going to shuffle up. Well, the 1 is going to move that assault team down into Orchard Grove. Into that last potential contact, but undercover, although he is going to move exposed, so that's just fine. Right. Okay, so assault team comes down under the cover, but exposed. And that was our general initiative done. Yeah. Okay, let's finish this turn. That might probably do me, I think. Right, took a short break there. Where were we? Yeah, general initiative. Yeah, it's over at the enemy higher HQ event segment, isn't it? Yeah, let's do it. There's not one. So enemy activity, well, we've got something this time. So we've got that squad. And remember, what he's pinned, Grant, right? So it's a pinned squad. Doesn't matter actually what it is. It's a pinned unit. That's all you should be concerning yourself with. It's pinned, and if it's not pinned, if it happens to be a litter team, a paralysed team, a fire team, or an assault team, it's still a lot. So remember that, Grant. Okay, enemy lap pinned activity check hierarchy then. There's just the one enemy, isn't there? Yes. Right, he's not on, see, he's pinned, but he's not on the same card. And he's not undercover. So it's that one there, I think. He's not undercover, is he? No, because he came on exposed. Yeah, oh, no. We found that out, didn't we? We wondered about that one before. And it was actually looking back on threads that I found John Brown answering, pointing the rule. That was in the 2nd edition rule book. If a unit comes on exposed, it's not considered to be under any cover. And it then led me to look for the rule in the new rule book, and it's still the same. Yeah, so if it comes on exposed, it doesn't come on with any cover. But in saying that, Andrew says that the mission boots are going to be tightened up more, that they're going to tell you what cover they come in with. I think he said that recently, so there's not going to be any confusion about it. Okay, pin not undercover on a 5, because we are no leader. Right, what are we getting? A 2. Maybe no action, actually. Pin not undercover, 1 and 2, no action. Yeah. Well, that's good, actually. Yeah. Fall back would have been better. Because then he just would have went away. However. Right, so he's doing nothing. Okay. Sequence of play again. Capture, retreat. No, nothing happening there. Yeah, fire mission update. So this is going to flip into an incoming marker, and a couple of things going to happen. Well, that's going to go just one way now because he cannot see out this card, and that's going to go away. So we're firing on him. He's not able to see us. Yes. Okay, and then moving on. Potential contact. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, and that was right. You never spotted that one then, Grant. So we're not engaged anymore, are we? Because this VOF came off, making it better for this card makes it worse for this unit now. Oh well. So we are at contact still. And that is right, isn't it? Yeah, so we're at contact. So what is this? Oh, it's a good old C again. I think we've only had one B maybe out of all these patrols. Maybe two actually. Possibly, but we've been luckier with the C's. So well, hang on, I'm putting we need to draw for it still. Yeah, okay. So we're at contact and it's a C. I want to say it's a 3-card draw, I think. C contact 3-card draw. Yeah. Yeah, I was getting the chart out ready here, but we still need to see if it's actually going to happen. So 3-card draw, looking for contact. Here we go. No. Keeping us waiting. So yes. Okay. I was just going to breeze to the finish here. Well, I'm going to have to go shortly, so I wasn't going to quite get things finished. Right, so we've got a contact. Yeah, and we left that open field empty, which, yuck. Okay. Shuffling up the deck here. So potential contact C. Right, deck shuffled. Potential contact C. Let's draw on a 10. Got a 4. That's an incoming package as well, is it not? Yeah, incoming mortars. So it's a 1-off again. That's maybe not the worst, is it? Right, well, we know how this works. Let's just get the placement. I think he can go in the same card as us, because he's unspotted. Yeah, I think he can. I don't think there's an issue. So I'm going to go unit placement. Let's draw a card. It's a 2. Right, that's going to be per package table placement. Which I'm pretty sure is going to say max line of sight. Or package 4, wasn't it? No, package... I thought it was a 4. I drew. Oh, it was a 4 I drew. Yeah, but it's package 3, right? Just snipers is package 4. So yeah, as at max line of sight. So we still need to draw another card to get a direction. So here we go. That's a 6. So it's going to be front of max line of sight, which I'm kind of glad about because it stops me wondering if it might have been able to go here. I think it would have been able to go on that card because it's unspotted. Anyway, it's front of max line of sight. This is the triggering card. This is the place it can go, and remember, it needs to be adjacent anyway. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to get the mortar spotter out again. Right, it's the same one, but it don't matter. And we need some foxholes. Yeah. So mortar spotter under foxholes. And that comes off and becomes an unspotted marker. Right, and not forgetting an incoming marker on that card. And it's only one fire mission again, so I don't need to keep track of that or anything. Okay, so that was potential contact. Pinned recovery. No, we've got a pinned unit there, but he's got VOFs, so he needs to have no VOFs. Right, combat effects. Right, we'll do our guy first then, with then command -3. It was -3, wasn't it? Yeah, -3. Now, remember that the moon doesn't affect us, so that's bad. So -3, we're also exposed, that's -5. We've got a -1 there in the corner. So that's -6. We've got +1, +1. So we're at the -4. So probably a bad result. So -4. Yeah, as a hit. Right, he's an assault team, so he is line. He's paralysed, not casualty, so still that's fine actually. Well, it's not fine, but it's the fact they only get one fire mission. We've probably got time. I've got 5 turns still to put things back together. So yeah, it kind of is fine. So paralysed, undercover still, pinned, exposed, and that assault team can go away. Yeah, that's fine. That is fine. Okay, let's see if we can do something to this guy then, because we've got some concentrate fire on him. Right, so the moon's not going to affect us because this is a -3 as well. It's mortar fire. So, and then -3 -1, so -6. There's no little -1 there. However, we do get to consider the small number because it's an incoming. So they're only getting +1 for the pin, +1 for that. So they're getting a +2 and a -6. Yeah, that's a -4 as well then, isn't it? They definitely don't get the moon. No. No, that's a -4 he's getting. I'm going for it. And that's a hit. Only just. That was not a bad try for him. Now he's veteran, because he's a full squad. So on the veteran column, look for 2 letters would be nice. No, not to be. So veteran is, sorry, that's glary, is a P, a paralysed result. So what we need to do here now is break this down. Well, he'll actually flip. So he's still 2 steps. Yeah, that's fine. He's just, and it was a paralysed, wasn't it? Yeah, that wasn't terrible for him really. Could have been worse anyway. So yeah, he's a 2-step squad now, and he's pinned. Yeah, and he still keeps his ammunition. He's not broken down into fire teams or anything like that. Yeah, that's fine. And he wasn't. He wasn't firing because of the incoming. That's right. Okay, that's combat effects. Update ammo. Yeah, probably gonna have to wrap things up here, I think. So we called in a battalion mortar platoon fire mission. So we've got 2 of them left. The 50 caliber machine gun fired, and the first weapons machine gun fired. Light machine gun. Yeah. And he did not fire. I feel like I'm missing something there, but no. No. Okay. Up the ammo, right, so clean up. What we got? We've got an exposed marker here. Oops. Pin stays on. Grant. Exposed marker there. Pinned. Yeah, the concentrate fires come off. Yeah, let's tidy this up a bit as well. And adjusted VOS PDFs, still the same there. And this incoming hangs around, so does that one, yeah. Yeah, and then we move on to turn 6. Okay, so slowed down a little there. We came across a couple of contacts, and well, the squad one with the elimination needed some help with. But yeah, got an understanding of that now. But yeah, maybe it's not so clear to see all that in the rules. I don't know, Andrew. Maybe there is something there. Maybe not. Maybe just there was things that caught your eye that sort of said something. But I think once I knew that, okay, I'm spotting him, I'm seeing him first. Of course, again, this could be clear in the mission books. It could be clearer because it's not really that clear. When it says they don't place a PDF VOF, okay, you could use your common sense, like I talk about, and say that I've not got a good grasp on that. You could say that you could use that and say, well, that's why he's not placing that because we've spotted him first. But again, you want some kind of help and sort of reading that, I think. So hopefully there's a bit more to that in the mission books too. Right, I'll get off for now. Be back tomorrow at some point. And yeah, should definitely get this combat patrol and this mission finished. There's not an awful lot going on here, but okay, we've still got that causing us a bit of bother. But this is going away, so this will clear this up. And we just need to populate all these cards. We still need something back up there, an objective, which I may need to remember to get the full effect of the points anyway. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow at some point. Okay, cheers.